Oh, crap. Oh, I'm sorry. Wow. Sorry, I was listening to music in my own little world there. Do you want some help picking that up, or... My bad. Wow. Anyone ever mentioned to you that you're incredibly attractive? No? Just me? That's not a usual chat up line, no. All I can think of right now is how this would be such a weird how we met story. I literally just walked like face first into them in the park. That's normal, you know. Most people are trying to hide that, you know, they met on Tinder or something. And I'm like, no, we met on Tinder. That's all very presumptive, isn't it? It's all very much based on the idea that we're going to hit it off massively and, you know, have a long and happy romantic future together. I mean, are we? Just asking, yeah, for a friend. Well, the friend is asking because they want to know so they can tell me. So really, I'm asking for me. Do I usually ramble this much? No, not really. But I am very good at it. In fact, I can string more sentences together than you would believe possible. It's a thing called run-on sentences where you don't really punctuate. You just kind of keep going and going and going and going and going, and really can display quite a lot of nervousness or anxiety towards a social situation, and therefore can really be shown to prove the idea that I am very, very nervous about your response because suddenly I've taken a liking to you in that way that you can't really describe. You know, the one that the films all try and do, that love at first sight thing, except obviously I don't assume you're going to marry me or something like that, but at the same time I do kind of, you know, want to get to know you better and see if it's actually there or if it's just a silly flight of fancy or what's really going on. And my god, I really can't go on and on and on, can I? It's very impressive. I should be given an award. I should be given a like and a subscribe. I mean, of course, your appreciation. And more to the point, I should really stop talking because I think I might be weirding you out. Is this weirding you out? If it's not weirding you out, I can keep going. If you're finding it amusing as you seem to be with all that grinning and stuff, I can keep going forever and ever and ever. I think you'll find I could do an entire, you know, day's walk through the park just doing this the whole time, talking about look at that dog, look at its floppy ears, aren't they exquisite? And those just so poorly groomed though. It's very, very sad. I mean, when you go and watch and you see this breed on Crufts, it'll look very, very nicely tamed, and this one just looks like it's going to eat your sausages while you're not looking, and it probably will. In fact, it's probably about to do that now as I go and buy sausages from the stand, you know, because a rolling sausage is a very nice thing to have for lunch. I will stop doing this eventually. I would imagine at the very least this is a unique first impression. If it isn't, I'm very worried by the number of rambly strangers you come across. That's an interesting life trait, I gotta say. Oh, what happened when you went to the park? Oh, I just met another one of those guys who bumps into me and then rambles on and on and on and on and on. You know, just the normal. So, do you walk in this park often? I do like using that as a cliche. Well, not really opener. I've been talking... I was going to say talking to you. More talking at you for the last couple of minutes. Which I promise is not a trait of mine in an actual relationship. Or really in life in general. I just... I find it fun to... when a joke appears, you know, to just roll with it and allow myself to be, you know, not too serious about things, right? So, yeah. So I rolled with the rambly shy guy joke, I guess. Anyway, I just hope as much of a silly impression as I gave, it wasn't one of being disinterested or anything like that, or not caring. I guess you could say humor is a bit of a defense mechanism in that way. Yeah, outside of little bits and blurts of ridiculously forward honesty and like, wow, you're really good looking and you have a nice kind of aura about you, and it feels so stupid to say out loud, but I just kind of feel correct around you kind of instantly, which is weird and doesn't happen, or at least doesn't happen very often. You know, like where you meet someone and you just like instantly feel that they're someone you could spend a lot of time with and be happy to hang around, just in general. I mean, that's not even romantically, right? Like, I remember I met a guy a few years ago who was a big group of people meeting, you know, for uni or college. Okay, you say uni, thank God. So, yeah, a lot of people meeting, you know, for a first day, and there was one guy who I started talking to and had jokes with and all that kind of stuff, and it wasn't, you know, like, we're just friends, but people thought we'd known each other for years just because of how quickly we kind of clicked. And people were asking me and him, like, yo, how long have you guys known each other? About an hour after we met each other, which was odd. But in any case, the point is that I guess occasionally you just meet someone who you can instantly click with. And very presumptively I've decided for you that this is one of these such occasions. I hope you can live with the awful reality of having me in your life. Anyway, maybe I should shut up for a bit and we can just enjoy walking around the park or something. No? You like hearing me ramble on, do you? Well, I will take that as a sign that it is a somewhat endearing conversation, at least. Or at the very least, that I am entertaining in the same way that, you know, a clown on fire is entertaining. The pure fascination of watching this car wreck unfold in front of you. You want to look away, but you just can't. Or maybe it's because you like my smile. One of the two. I might have caught you with a little grin there before you looked away. Just a little one. Just a little hint. There are a lot of nice dogs in this park. Are you a dog person? On penalty of death for the wrong answer. Well, anyway. I may not entirely believe your answer. Did you think about that? Did you think about my capacity to doubt? Well, for example, I would have doubted this morning if someone had told me you're going to walk into a beautiful stranger in the park. I'd have doubted that. I'd have doubted that that dog would have looked simultaneously kind of cute with fluffy ears and like it's going to eat my food. I would have doubted that I could have rambled for 2 minutes straight on absolutely nothing and kept it going and going and going and going, and really could just drop back into that mode of speech at any moment, really any moment, and just continue on as if nothing in the world could possibly stop me or make me slow down or even make me speed up. Just kind of ramble on meaninglessly for as long as humanly possible, as long as it's sort of entertaining and you're sort of enjoying it and you're kind of trying to hold back a silly little giggle, because at the end of the day this is an extremely silly thing to be doing, especially with someone you've just met and especially with someone you kind of like to impress, but instead all you're doing is this nonsense, and so you keep going and going, hoping that at some point it becomes endearing rather than buffoonish, and that's not very likely, but at the same time, hey, you're going to have something going for you, and if you stand out, at least you have a better chance of, well, standing out rather than being another generic boring blur of a face in a sea of meaningless people in your life. So I think this is one way at least that you will, at the very, very smallest, you know, memory of me, you will at least remember the guy you bumped into in the park and could talk like this for ages and ages and ages, and it was impressive how he could just slip in and out at a moment's notice. At least I think it's kind of interesting, right? I mean, hey, most guys, you know, learn pickup lines. They have to think about a whole sentence. Wow. Impressive. This is me. I'm different. I'm bred different. I'm cut from a different cloth. I weave in and out of sentences like Muhammad Ali weaves in and out of punches. I think of terrible similes on the fly. Okay? I does this. I don't know what I'm talking about. I just like seeing you smile is all. Yeah, well, it might be corny or cliche, but it's Also just a little bit true. So, live with it. And, just so you know, turning away doesn't mean that I don't know you're smiling. I'm not sure I can explain why I know you're smiling. Might be something to do with body language or something, but anyway. Well, we're at the other end of the park now. Was there something you were specifically walking to, or are you free to hang out a bit longer? Me? No, I'm not free at all, actually. I'm already late for the person I was supposed to be meeting, and in the wrong place. But, I'm sure when I tell him the occasion, he'll forgive me. Yeah, I kind of can't keep him waiting any longer, though, I gotta be honest. But do you want to take my number or something? I can ramble at you again sometime. It'd be nice, you know? And nothing else, just to see how much more I can get you to smile. Okay, cool. That's your actual number, right? You're not doing that thing where I'm going to phone off and it's going to be like Domino's Pizza? Okay. It was really nice to meet you, Bye. Yeah, okay, bye. Wow. Alright, well, better phone Al and tell him... Yeah, right, I'm gonna be late. Okay.